So anyway, today me making leftover like sloppy joe with the ingredients that we had around the house. I had leftover biscotti. I had like a lot of biscotti sauce and hamburger meat in it of a base for sloppy joe. So I pretty much scraped all the stuff out for enough for 2 sandwiches for me. It might make 3, maybe 4 sandwiches. It's not full pound, so I doubt it. So that's pretty much what I did. And then someone else, family member, can have the rest of this biscotti. Still has plenty of sauce and hamburger meat in it. But yeah, so if you got leftover, hamburger meat with sauce, if it's separated or not, you can somewhat separate it. I used a fork and a spoon to separate it. So that's pretty much what I did. So, put this back in the refrigerator for a family member to eat. And we'll get this food review / cooking video started. This is pretty much, there might be a little bit of noodles in here. I don't really care. It's just for me anyway. But this is pretty much hamburger meat. There's tomatoes, onions, garlic, which is pretty much in sloppy joe mix anyway. Tomato base. So I'm going to be adding some frozen bell peppers. I got some frozen onions. I'm going to be adding some barbecue sauce to it. Or if you don't have to use barbecue sauce, you can use some brown sugar to like sweeten it up. But if you add sweetness to it, you need to add a little bit of vinegar to make it sweet and sour. And I got some butter so I can saute the onions and vegetables. I don't think, also going to be having some potato chips with it, some vegetables. But I got some good hamburger buns, nice and soft and fresh. So that's pretty much about it, unless you need, cheese for toppings. Some people like cheese, mustard on it, maybe relish. That's all extra toppings. Other than that, that's pretty much all I'm going to do. So meet you at the stove to pan fry up the vegetables. Because I got to cook those up a little bit and soften them up. And then I got to heat up the hamburger meat and stuff. Yeah. Alright, I got a pan. Yeah, I got a pan. No. I got some butter in the pan, a cold pan. I'm going to turn this on, I don't know, in between 8 and 7, or 7 or 8. You can see it on there anyway. I don't need that much butter because hamburger meat has a decent amount. I just want to saute the vegetables to, 1, warm them up, 2, them being frozen, they're already soft. I like this so I can walk around and do stuff while I'm still talking to you guys, but I guess I should have preheated the pan, but yeah, you can just get chopped green bell peppers. I think they might have a mix, but I think if you get like the pre-mixed the bell peppers, you get like the red, green, and maybe yellow with the onions, but you want this green bell peppers. You don't want, well, I guess depending on if you like it that way. I don't like it that way. Yeah, and unfortunately I'm not measuring anything. I just go by what I think I should need. Probably too much bell pepper, but actually, matter of fact, hands are clean. They're always clean, and the pan's not hot. So I'm gonna take this big huge chunk off of here. It's a little bit too much, and I'm gonna go back to my minced chopped onions. Sure, no big clumps. Equal parts for the most part. Now, if you want more than the other, then that's on you. It's all optional anyway. Everything I make is all optional. Is it a 100%, recipe that you have to follow? No, it's not. If you don't like something in it, don't use it. If you're allergic to something, obviously, don't use it. So, to mix that around really good. Now I'll be back to show you when they're thawed out and fried up. Because this pan's going to take a while to heat up. I should have preheated it. My bad. Alright, they're starting to cook. Now, I'm not looking for any color or anything on them. I'm not looking for golden brown, not caramelized. I used to don't want them cold anymore. I guess you could just, well, it's not just that though. Cooking them, these will release liquid. So anytime you add anything, onions and peppers, especially frozen, will add extra water to whatever you're cooking. So might not look like it now. A little bit longer. And I did crank the heat. Don't do what I did. These electric stoves, once they get going, they get going. And like a train, yeah, they eventually stop. But you don't want this stuff to burn either. Yeah, I don't have to use a spatula. Be all fancy. Alright, now, since they're warmed up enough where they're steaming, and like I mentioned in the beginning, I don't really care if there's noodles in here. That's enough for about 2 sandwiches, maybe pushing 3, depending on how much you want on your sandwich. But yeah, I don't have a measurement of this. This is probably like 2 to 3 ounces worth of sauce and meat probably together. Get all the sauce out. Every little last bit. Original recipe for Sloppy Joe's was someone was in a hurry to make biscotti sauce. So time for your Sweet Baby Ray's or whatever barbecue sauce you like. Just enough, I don't know. Maybe 2 tablespoons? It's all preference. How sweet do you want it? How tangy do you want it? Because the next step is barely anything with vinegar. Like barely anything. This stuff goes like a long way. That's fine. 1/3 of a tablespoon probably. And just mix this up. Now, if it's too thick, you can add water. Well, that smells pretty good. This kind of smells like Sloppy Joe's. Is it manwich? No. Am I pretending to make manwich copycat recipe? No. Is it my own recipe? No. Is it someone else's recipe? No. But I'm just going to heat this up. Maybe add a tablespoon of water to thin it out. But like I said, it's been how sloppy you want your Joe. Kind of like mine on the thin side. Kind of on the thick side. I like it where you can actually somewhat scoop it onto a bun and it stays. So that's pretty much about it. That's really simple and easy. So I'm just going to make sure this is warmed up. And that's pretty much about it. You know, your Sloppy Joe mix. You know, it's pretty much that easy. So let's plate it up. You know, yeah, I didn't have to use a spatula to mix it. Really good at it. Doesn't matter what it is. Besides the bologna sandwich video. That was kind of a flop. But it was a bologna though. No pun intended. I think that's everything. Hamburger buns. Oh, that was moldy. That's not moldy. It's fresh. This is the way it was looking. Got my chips. Got my dessert. Peas and carrots. I got my water with lemon juice in it. So let's get this out on the tray. Alright, nice. Well, the only thing I didn't do was this. I did put some butter and I did microwave these. Oh man. I have to get the rest of that out. This is my dinner anyway. I think a pea jumped out or a carrot. Oh, the carrot. Get back in there where you belong. I do got some Cool Whip in a can. Or, I don't know, was it Can't think of it now. Not Cool Whip. What is it? Whipped cream in a can. Now you can do open face sandwiches. I'm not doing that. I just got this hamburger buns off to the side. They are nice and soft. I usually like to do this to soften them up a little bit, just in case they, whatever, and I do the same thing with that. Try to make those fit. But come over here to the stove and I'll get my sloppy joes. I did forget one ingredient because I did taste it. I did need a little bit of pepper, and I did add like a couple of drops of mustard, but that's all preference anyway. You don't have to add mustard. So there's the mix. And I did cook it long enough to the way I like it. I'll have to fix that. Like 1 scoop per sandwich. You know, they are sloppy joes. Doesn't matter if they're going to be sloppy or not. I still got to fix it. Getting on the hamburger bun here. A little bit more here. A bit more there. Depending on how much you like on your bun. How much you like, and how much you're in between your buns. It's probably good. I'll double check, make sure I have enough that I like. But there's plenty. There's probably enough for probably 2 more sandwiches. So yeah, what I made is enough for 4 sandwiches. So far, what I can tell. I can't put the thing on the counter because it's not safe for that. Nice and hot. Now, topping wise, you can put cheese, you can put extra onion, crispy onions. You can put, you know, relish, pickle relish, sweet relish, it doesn't really matter. See, this bun goes on top of this one. That's the way I like to do things. I don't really recommend toasting the bread. You can if you want to. I personally don't. Hey, how'd I get in there? I'm not going to open up dessert right now, but I'm going to open up some chips. This is a 2.5 ounce bag. I probably only use about, I don't know, half the bag. Just enough for dinner, because this is my dinner. I'll grab 1 extra chip. That's like a dual chip. That's about half. I'll save these for later. For another dinner or lunch. Maybe lunch tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Have to figure that out. We have a spoon, but I don't know. Guess I can try out peas and carrots first. That doesn't matter. Mix this around. I didn't add any salt. These are no salt added, but I think there's like less than 100 milligrams or less per little cup. I tried to watch how much sodium I have. Yeah, I do like my peas and carrots. Not all the time. Nobody focuses. I got on the opposite side of the camera. Maybe I should come closer. I can see the peas and carrots. I'm trying not to drop them. Counter's always clean. Everything's wiped down really good. Yeah, I could have used a little bit more butter, but I didn't mix it up that well. I was hoping the heat from the sloppy joe would actually soften up the bread. It does the bottom, but it's definitely going to be sloppy as it falls. Now, I'm going to try a bite. I'll probably move my water out the way just in case. All right, cheers everybody. Let's give this a try, see if I actually like it or not. I should. I don't really care for a sandwich all that much, actually. To me, it's like too sweet. I like my food more savory, so when I do make sandwich and stuff, I usually put mayonnaise and not mayonnaise. I usually put mustard and some hot sauce, and then some either American cheese or shredded cheddar, whatever's available. So cheers, everybody. Not too sweet. Definitely messy and getting all over my hands. Of course, now I think it'll fit in there really good. It's pretty good. Not bad for, taking leftovers and turning it into something else. I don't know what the chips taste like, but I'm gonna try one. Nice crunch, cheese and sour cream. You can always put some chips on your sandwich. I'll eat one sloppy joe off camera, and then I'll eat the other one on camera and the rest of the food and dessert. I eat these hamburger buns too. They didn't have any more lettuce and tomatoes to make hamburgers, but these hamburger patties in the freezer, those don't really go bad, that fast than lettuce and tomato. At least pretty good, not bad. Hey, you never know that you used leftover hamburger meat with spaghetti sauce in it. It doesn't bother me none. Same thing with having the noodles in there and stuff too. That doesn't bother me. Honestly, I don't really see any. But I did chop it up really well, the pieces that I did see. Wow. Not overly sweet, not overly twangy. I made it just right. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So I'll take this last bite, and now I'll probably eat the rest of this on camera and talk about some other stuff. Wow. I want to fix my other sloppy joe. The first one I had didn't have enough sloppy joe mix on it for me, so I'm going to fix that real quick. Luckily I can still talk to you guys, and you can probably still see me. I go this way. I don't need much, just a little bit extra. Just a little bit more in the middle here. I thought it was enough, but I was eating it and it could use a little bit more. But like I said, it's all preference. You can weigh it out if you really want to try to make sure you have enough for everybody in your family to eat. But I don't know if anybody else can eat this besides me. And I'm cooking this at 8 o'clock at night. So, and I'm going to do the other thing that I said that I was going to do. There's a little bit of mustard. There's some mild cheddar. I don't have sharp cheddar. But probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to pop the top on the bread. I'll take some cheddar cheese. Just a little bit. Just to doctor up just a tad. A little bit of cheese. Just enough to cover it. Back in the refrigerator. And a bit of mustard. I had already used it earlier, but still gotta shake it up. Make sure. It's a great value brand. I guess I can hold the tray up while I'm doing this. And you have to excuse my sinuses. Every time I eat vinegar stuff, it gets my nose going, so I can't really help it. So if I do the, sorry, there's not much I could do about it. I probably put too much mustard on it. Oh well. Oh, I did squeeze the bottle and close it at the same time. So I'll fix that later. But you want to make sure you open it because mustard will go flying out. So be careful opening it. Of course, the jello is probably in the way. So I guess I can put the top back on. Do a little shimmy shake. No, I wasn't going to put no chips on. I was going to put like a chip in it or something, but try a potato chip. Some peas and carrots. As a kid, I used to get excited when I went out to dinner with my mom and stuff. We get a plate of food and whatever I was saying about on the table, not on the table, but on the chair, and clap my hands and stuff and get all excited. Yeah, embarrassing story, but guess what? I got free food out of it. So they would bring out cucumbers. I would get excited and stuff like that. So, hey, free food. I've been getting free food since age 2 years old. Carrots are pretty good. Nice and tender. Peas have a nice little crunch to it. Now, I'm going to try to pick up this Sloppy Joe one-handed. I don't know if I'll eat it one-handed, but it's going to be kind of hard to eat something like this. Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe I put too much on it. Yeah, it's definitely a two-hander. I'm trying to hold the back end. That's what she said. I'll give this a try with the cheese and mustard on it. Wow, that's really good. It has more of a twang to it. Gets rid of the sweetness. Same thing with the sharp cheddar. Well, mild cheddar in my case. Cross section. Maybe it gets on the floor, I'll clean it up. And I'm serious about the kitchen being sanitized. Because someone here has bone cancer and they can't afford to get sick. If they get sick, they will 100% end up in the hospital. And I don't really want that, so I wasn't joking around about making sure the kitchen's clean and sanitized. And washing my hands and washing in between. You know, if I review a food and they're like, you know, this is for a family member, you're touching all over it. And it's not like I'm licking everything off of it and going, breathing all over it either. You know, I'm really careful with the food. And I can't get sick because I have a immune system disorder too. So if I get sick, I'll be in the hospital. And I don't want that either. All right. You see it's messy, and I'm going to go wash my hands. I can't see me, but definitely you can hear me if I leave it in. Anyway, dry my hands. My face. So yeah, so far I'm liking my little dinner I made. That's some lemon water. Just actually, the water that's in here is not actually this brand. It's actually out of the refrigerator. I just like rinse it out, fill it back up, add some lemon juice to my liking. It's not a lot. Is it lemonade? No, no sugar, no salt. Straight up concentrated lemon juice and water. Alright, I'm not going to eat the other hamburger and Sloppy Joe, because my last video that I made was like 35 minutes long, and I don't know if I'm going to cut that up or not, but have the top on the sugar-free Jell-O. You know, I have potato chips. I'm still kind of watching my carbs. Same thing, the Sloppy Joe and hamburger bun. We got to count somewhere. And there is liquid. I can't really show you without spilling it. So I'm going to drain the liquid that's on top of the Jell-O and say hello. Not really. And I'm not just going to eat the, well, this is what, black cherry Jell-O, by the way. I didn't mention it in the beginning of the video. But I did mention in the beginning of the video something else. Get this out of here without knocking things over. Ugh. Ready Rip, that's what I was talking about. Extra creamy. Yeah. You're supposed to clean off, make sure there's like nothing in there, but I'm not going to sit there and spend the next 5 minutes trying to clean the top of this for a video wise. I don't want to slip my Sloppy Joe. Got some on the floor. Alright. Now you shake this up. Not really good. Well, pretty good. You don't want to sit there and go crazy, but make sure all the liquid is towards the bottom if you don't know how to use these, and then you got to push down. And there you go. There's my little dessert. I put this on a tray if I can't see it. And I will clean the rest of that off later. You're not really supposed to leave it in there because it could go bad and moldy in the refrigerator. A lot of people don't actually read the well, not this ingredients. They don't read the instructions on there. It tells you to wash off the tip. That's what she said. Because, like I said, it could go bad, and you know, it could make this not good anymore. Which I'll try the Ready Rip by itself. Not somewhat creamy. They say extra creamy, but I don't know, without actually buying both cans, which I'm not going to because they're kind of expensive. I'm not going to compare them. But to me, for the most part, I don't really notice that much of a difference. So, a little black cherry, Jell-O, and Go Whip. I always said there's always room for Jell-O. You know, I didn't really eat all my dinner, which I will. Off camera. I don't want to make the video too long and boring. Unless people really want it 35 minutes long or whatever. But, alright. Not bad for a dessert. So I'm not going to eat all my dessert. Like I had to save room for my main dinner. And, of course, there always is room for dessert. But, like, what I think there's called a dessert stomach. That's what it's called. Where there's actually room in your stomach for dessert. Alright, enjoy this video. Enjoy this cooking slash, I didn't really review it because I kind of cooked the food. Chips are okay. Desserts, you know, give a thumbs up on that. Vegetables are alright. So enjoy this video. Give a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching and peace out.